Welcome to a video of Inside of Humanity Contained. So basically what I want to do is basically just give you an idea of what the game is about and some of the story on, how we came up with the game and what you guys should be expecting. So first, I like to say that Humanity Contained is about the brutal side of humanity and just have you thinking the whole time while you're playing the game of what if we were wrong? And what if we were wrong on a lot of things? What if we was wrong? So like religion, the concept of God, the concept of creation, just basically being humans. So I wanted to bring that concept and that idea to have people talk to each other on that concept of what if we were wrong, right? So you'll see a lot of that inside of the game. We also wanted to show the dark side of humanity and what would happen what I believe what would happen if nature took over back of the world and half of humanity was wiped off the planet due to a disaster after a being was woken due to the SCP Foundation being too curious, if you understand what I'm saying. All right, so you do play as a regular survivor. You create your character. We're working on the character creator, where you create your character and you just play as a normal human being. There are some people who are anomalies and all that stuff like that. They call AH, which stands for anomaly hunters. And these guys basically hunt anomalies. They are the counterparts to the SCP Foundation. While the SCP Foundation is trying to capture them, these guys are trying to kill the anomalies, right? So, and they're trained to kill people like anomalies like Shy Guy and SCP-682, which, spoiler alert, SCP-682 will not be inside of the game due to the fact that he did die, all right? So that's a part of the lore, and you actually have to go find out what happened to him inside of the game. So as we keep developing the game, and then we, release it out to you guys will be able to play throughout the whole development. But as we release it out to you guys will get to find out what happened to the Undying Lizard, all right? So he is dead inside of our game. And we wanted to just basically bring a world where it's like, what if you lived inside of this world where there was anomalies, there were people who were supernatural and everything like that, and you are just a random person who is trying to figure out how to survive inside of this world. Humanity is, starting to rebuild itself back up. People are starting to open businesses and everything like that, and you are able to take a part of that. Now, we do understand that there are a lot of games out there that try to make a game where they claim to be this and that. What I wanted to do is I'm working with two of my friends. They're part-time and full-time, so it's kind of one developer working on this, but we are 3 devs. We do have the skill set to do this. We actually build the game in front of the community. Please come on, check it out, and you'll see that we do actually make the game in front of you guys. So we do understand that there are games like Paradise that just recently got exposed for being a scam, and then you got The Day Before and stuff like that. So there are games of big scope. These people who just came out of nowhere saying that they're claiming to make these games. We're not doing none of that type of stuff like that. We actually encourage you guys to play our early build due to the fact that we need you guys' help to basically build this game in the correct way. So we won't have a day before. You won't be walking through the walls like a Paradise or the case may be. We do understand that this game is a huge scope, but we live in different times now where a small team of like one person, as you can see with Schedule 1, can make very huge games. So those days are you need 100 or 1,000 people to make a big game. That's out of the thing. We are going to be another studio who proves that a small team or one person can make a very large game as well. We're going to underpromise, and then when we put out tests for you guys to play, test the code, test the game out and everything, which you can do that now. Depending on when you're watching the video, you can get into it now. Just basically sign the form and see if you can get inside. You guys can play the game throughout the whole development. So we'll update the game, ask you guys, hey, come check it out. And then you see us building the game piece by piece and everything. And we would just ask you guys to test it and everything like that. So if you fall through the wall or whatever the case may be, please let us know. Basically that happens so we can fix that problem so we don't put out anything. Again, we're 1 full-time dev and 2 part-times. So we do have a lot of work on our hands, but again, this is something that we're passionate. It's also a very personal project to me due to that the Humanity Contained was a love letter to my children. One of my children passed away, and she's actually in the game. So it's basically built off of the lore of her, right? She's with the commander of AH. So it's based off of her. And you don't really see too much of the story. Again, it's a role-play game. So this is like us creating an IP. And so like we plan on taking this to a further thing where it's like comic books and stuff like that. So a lot of the lore will be outside of the game, due to the fact that you guys create your own narratives inside the game. It's a role-play game. So, I mean, there are missions and everything like that, like notes and everything inside of the game where you guys can find and figure out what happened and stuff like that. You can talk to NPCs and then do missions for them, and then you will figure out what's going on in the world. But a lot of the stuff will be outside of the game. Due to the fact that it's a role-play game, so we don't want to just be slapping you with cutscenes, all that stuff like that. In the future, there will be some. Right now, due to being a small team, we won't be able to have as much cutscenes and stuff like that inside of the game, so you won't really experience that. But when it comes to finding out what's going on, you definitely want to check out those things, type of stuff like that. So you can build on what you doing while Athena, which is my daughter's name, Athena, in the AH and the squad, and and the SCP Foundation, and like how everything, why the world looks like this, and everything like that. While was all this is happening, what were you doing? So you'll be able to basically put yourself inside of the story. So if you do read, we do make it to like I would say Netflix, but Netflix is going to destroy us with the woke stuff. But let's say we make it to Netflix, and Netflix don't destroy our IP. But let's say that we do make it to Netflix, just to use it as an example. While you're watching the TV show, you'd be like, okay, so during this time right here, I was playing my character and I was doing this at this time. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to take a spin a little different. We didn't want you guys to start off as like super overpowered anomalies and stuff like that. Which you can become anomalies through the skill tree. You can choose which route you want to go. You can become a hacker, all types of things like that, because everybody will play a very important part to each other, due to the fact that it is an RMT, it's a player-driven economy, type of thing. There's no NFTs, no crypto stuff. I do not agree with that. I don't like those guys more than you do, all right? So I just want you guys to know that. I just want to make sure that you guys understand that when I say player-driven economy, I do not mean cryptocurrency and blockchain and stuff like that. I do not mean none of that nonsense. We are very inspired when it comes to player-driven economies such as like Second Life, EVE Online, the Trophy Universe, and we do believe like people do RMT inside Escape from Tarkov, Rust, all that stuff like that. We think that people who support us and play our game should be able to trade whatever they want. We're not talking about ownership, buzzwords, and all that stuff like that, but you should definitely be able to, do you think? I was one of those gamers too, so I'm not gonna make a game and be like, I'm guilty of it myself. So yeah, so that's basically that. Humanity Contained has a huge lore. They're gonna be a little serious into the story. Right now, the story is basically about like why I came to create this story. I just want to basically play off of the "what if we were wrong" narrative. Like what happened? Like what if God is not who we think God is, right? Like, well, what if there is a secret organization out there doing experiments and stuff like that, bringing entities and anomalies into this world? What if that was actually a thing? Or what if this world happened to come like what you see in Humanity Contained is like? We're very inspired by The Last of Us when it comes to the world, The Division as well. Like what would it be like if you actually lived in that world? Like what if that happened? So we wanted to basically play off that narrative and stuff like that. And that's what this video is about. Another video we're gonna go into more of like into the Humanity Contained, basically just talking about some other things that you guys might want to know. But right now I just wanted to give you where my thought process when I came up with the concept of Humanity Contained. The name comes from basically the SCP Foundation taking over the world, and not only are they containing SCPs, they contain the world. You get what I'm saying? So they contain humanity, and now they run everything. So thank you for watching this video. Prepare for the next one. The next one is coming out, well, depending on when you see this, probably already out. But the next one is coming out in a few days. I'll be working on these things, let you guys know the thought process and the getting into us developing this game. Hopefully follow throughout the whole development. we are definitely going to be making sure that we do everything to basically stand out from what you see being put out from other indie developers as well, and definitely being put out from the AAA space. We want to take risks and be very creative here. All right. So thank you. My name is Sephiroth the Dev, by the way. So hopefully we get to know each other and hopefully become a part of the community and see the game be developed.